awesome. Manon asks, how similar are Dinesh Karthik and JJ Redick? Their introduction to the media. They both seem like a similar breath of fresh air, which was very needed in both sports. I think their introduction to the media is actually really different. So Dinesh Karthik, gets picked up by Sky, sort of starts at the top, if you will, dropped into a series, basically brought there because they wanted, a different kind of Indian voice. And, one way or another, they obviously thought Dinesh was, going to be good for them from that perspective. Whereas JJ Redick, a very well-known player, played for a huge college, didn't he have some ridiculous record of having, the most seasons in a row playing in the playoffs for the most different amount of teams or something stupid like that. So kind of everyone in the NBA knew JJ Redick. And so in some ways, Dinesh Karthik and JJ Redick are similar levels of players that I think most casual fans know their name, even if they maybe couldn't tell you that much more about them. But JJ Redick came to it through podcasting. He became a very, very good broadcaster. He has a very good podcasting partner as well. And I would assume there's a lot of work that goes in. Also, JJ Redick does a phenomenal amount of work. I think there's some big differences between them. I think at the moment, certainly Dinesh is not on that level as a broadcaster. I think he shows a lot of talent there. They both like to go to explaining really what modern players do. But I think the difference is that I think JJ Redick, and I could be wrong, but he feels like someone who's always going to try and work out what is going on the court and how it works. Whereas a lot of players, obviously, they do that when they first retire, and then they end up just being the old heads. And well, in my day, we didn't need to reverse sweep. Well, in your day, you scored at 4 runs and over in the middle overs, and you threw a party. So it's a little different. And I think, and so we don't know where Dinesh Karthik is going to go, whereas I think we have a very good idea with JJ Redick. The other thing with JJ Redick specifically is that he's really willing to talk to seniors and broadcast legends and everything, and have a go at them and say that they're being wrong. Dinesh Karthik is very, very I don't even know what the word, but very respectful of players who came before him and other broadcasters and everything else. So they're different kinds of personalities. But I think, I've been saying this for a long time. It's why I wanted someone like Dirk Nannes involved in broadcasting. It's why I tried to get him involved with the ABC. Simon Kadich was another guy I tried to get on the ABC. Ricky Ponting was another guy, because I figured those were people that would continue to do the work afterwards and that thought about cricket in a slightly different way. And I think we've seen with Ricky Ponting, I was probably right there. I don't know if we've seen that much with Simon Kadich. I think he's done a little bit of commentary, but Dirk Nannes is certainly someone who does a lot of research and tries to come up. And because he comes from a different background, he thinks about things differently. Those are the sorts of people when I'm, involved in commentary and putting together commentary teams, which, I've done a couple of times now. So what I'm really trying to find is, outside the basic broadcast skills, is, that ability to continue to do the work. And we just don't know if Dinesh is going to continue to be that person at the moment. I certainly thought that at times he was fetishized for, wearing nice shirts and, being young and being a player. And because he went into a group of guys who weren't like that. I just want to see him continue to work on the art form. The biggest problem with cricket commentary is that most cricket commentators don't work on the art form. And that's where it falls down. And we have to listen to poorer commentary. And if Dinesh Karthik can continue to grow and become better and become someone more like, and I should say, I haven't listened to many games that JJ Redick has called. So I don't know what his actual commentary is like, but I know what he's like talking about the game, as a talking head. And he's certainly very good from that perspective.